Hi guys, Chris here from Tech Tablets with an unboxing here of the Teclast X2 Pro. Now they call it the Ultra Pad here, as you can see. The box itself seems quite premium looking. Slightly different design than what I've seen on the X98 Air series. And it doesn't actually list really any specs on it. Just a little bit here in Chinese mostly there. But it has a Core M5Y10, 4GB of 1600 double data rate 3 RAM, and a 64GB full SATA 3 SSD. So reasonably good specs there for a tablet. So let's have a look and see what they've got in the box here for me. Now I got this one off AliExpress for around about $490, including the keyboard, which I will show you also in this video. So a little expensive there on the expensive side, considering you can probably get a Dell Venue 11 Pro for a little bit cheaper. I can't because I'm in Spain, and a little bit more expensive for me with taxes and everything. Anyway, this is obviously a screen protector that they've included in there. Probably because the glass itself isn't a hardened glass or anything like that, so it is susceptible to scratches. So you do have to be a little bit careful that it's not Gorilla Glass on these tablets. So it's packed up there reasonably well. You can see there's the tablet. And I'll just have a look and see what's here. Maybe the power supply or some cables or something. And what have they got in this box here for me? That's just warranty cards, information. It's all in Chinese, so useless for me because I don't understand Chinese at all. No use there. And what do we have here? The power supply. And they've given me European power adapter, which is good. Now let's have a look at the power supply. Quality looking cable, actually doesn't look too bad. Now the rating of it is 12 volts 2 amps there, if you can see on the camera, and it is a pop down style, so 2-prong US style adapter plug there. So if you're in the US you won't even need an adapter, so that'll be handy for any US buyers there. Okay, so that's the box here. Let's have a look at the tablet. Now the reason I thought this one was quite interesting and why I bought this tablet is because it actually comes with 2 USB 3 ports, something full-size ports, something that my Cube i7 didn't have. So that's the reason why I actually sold it to get this one, because I wanted the full-size ports and not have to mess around with adapters. So the actual build quality tablet seems pretty solid. We've got a 2 megapixel camera here up front. On the bottom here we have a pogo port. This is for our keyboard case / dock. And the bezels you can see are rather large. That is quite a big bezel there. It's kind of like the Surface 2 kind of size, or Dell Venue 11 size bezel. Just have a look at the bottom bezel here, is coming in at around 20 millimeters there, so that's rather large. We do have a captive Windows button here on the right hand side. And also on the right hand side, let's have a look and see what we have. No actual ports here, we just have a volume rocker right here and power on button. And the corners of the tablet seem to be quite sharp. You can see there, they've got a sharp edge to them. So not that, you know, they could have rounded that off, maybe would have been a little bit nicer. So quite sharp there on your palm when you're holding it. And if I flip it over, let's have a look on the back. We have metal. This is a matte metal backing here. There's a 5 megapixel camera, speakers on the left, and another one here on the right. So there's the rear facing speakers, sorry. And this is where all the action is. Right here on the right hand side we have those 2 USB 3 ports that I mentioned before, DC in to power the tablet, and a microphone right there on the bottom. We also have a micro SD card slot, micro HDMI, and the 3.5 audio jack output there for headsets. Okay, so overall it does feel pretty good. Kind of feels a little bit heavy. I'm just going to weigh it now and see what it weighs like. But I can't hear any creaks or anything or any movement with the plastics and the metal on it. So the build quality seems fairly decent. It seems to be put together quite well. I'll just grab my trusty scales here and have a look at the weight of the tablet itself. So it's 851 grams there. So rather hefty tablet. You wouldn't want to be holding that for too long. And let's have a look and see the thickness of it. Just get my gauge here. Thickness comes in and just over 10 millimeters there. So around about probably 10, almost 11 there. And what I'll also do is just show you the keyboard here briefly and weigh both of them. So this is the keyboard case here that was sold separately, or part of the pack that I got off AliExpress from the seller who installed English for me. So this back here could actually be metal, and I think it's plastic, and it has 4 rubber feet there and a textured rubber backing right here. You can see that. Reasonably good feel to it. I guess they've textured that with that rubber to give it some grip there. Now I'll just see how much that weighs. So that's 526 grams. And let's have a look here at the keyboard. There's the 5 pogo pins there to connect it. The keyboard looks to be reasonably good quality there. I do like the style of it. The keys do remind me of the Cube i7 stylus keyboard, or the i7 keyboard, and that's good. It does have physical left and right mouse buttons there. I hate it when they're just gesture only, and it seems to be a reasonable size there, the mouse pad, but I will turn on the tablet later, connect this up and check that out and see how the mouse pad, the trackpad works there, if it's any good or not. There's a couple of rubber feet here which obviously help keep the screen away from the keyboard so they're not connecting and scratching up each other there. So I'm just going to have a quick look here and see how that docks. It clips in like that quite well there. It's very strong, reasonably strong there. Yeah, that is decent enough. And obviously how we connect up the back here to use it as a stand. I think this, sorry, I'm doing this all one-handed for the video. There we go. I think that bit pops out and that creates our base there for it. And here's a look at it connected up. You can see that it only gives you that one angle, and it's pretty sturdy there. If I push against that, it doesn't feel like it's gonna push away and collapse. Now I don't think I can move this down, and is that gonna hold it? No, it's not. That's not gonna hold it there. So you've just got that one fixed angle. So a similar kind of setup to the likes of the Chewy VI10 keyboards. You just got that one angle, and overall it doesn't seem to be that bad of a keyboard. The quality of it looks to be good. And I'm just gonna have a quick type test on here. The travel is not that much travel considering this is a thin keyboard. And I'll just see actually how thin this really is. Coming in at around 6 millimeters there of thickness, so that's not too bad. And the travel on it and feedback seems pretty good. It does feel very similar to the Cube i7, as I mentioned before, kind of similar keyboard there. Probably actually a lot easier to type on than even the Surface type covers, because you've got those separate individual keys there, which I do like. Let's have another look here at the back of it, how that's set up there. So you can see it does a reasonable job there of holding it. Now this is kind of like a suede, fabric-y kind of material, and it's collecting dust already. You can see there just a little speck of dust. So it's going to get pretty dirty, I'd say, quite quickly there. You're going to obviously need to vacuum that and keep an eye to keep that nice and clean there. Alright, so I've just powered on the tablet here, and thankfully it is in English. The seller did come through with his promise that he got me the multi-language version there that, well, I can see some Chinese text there. So he's obviously found a way to install the language pack there for English, which is interesting. So if I have a look here now, and hopefully it hasn't been activated, just going to do a quick test for KMS Pico, which hopefully he has not installed, so it's not activated here. Now I've just connected it up to Wi-Fi there, so wireless is working. Doesn't seem to be locally on this machine, so that's good. It hasn't been cracked or anything like that. So let's have a look and see what we've got on here. So it's Windows 10 Pro, and it is activated, which is good to see activation on there, so I don't have to fork out for another license. Unlike some of the other Chinese tablets I bought that just came with Chinese only, at least I don't have to worry about the here. So free space, let's have a look. We've got 44.7 gigabytes free there of 59 in total. Of course, we've got Windows Recovery is taking up some of that space there, and the Windows 10 installation too is rather large. So not really that much free space there once you start to install a few store games and new programs and whatnot. So it's a very quick hands-on there. I hope you liked the video. Do subscribe if you are interested in seeing more on this tablet. I will have a couple of other videos coming up very soon with a hands-on. I'll do some benchmarks, Geekbench 3, 3D Mark. I'll also test out the SSD speed and these USB 3 ports to make sure that they're running at full speed. So if you're interested in seeing those, then do keep an eye out on the channel there for those. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.